Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another story time. I'm going to be telling the story of my first heartbreak. I know that I said in one of my other videos that I didn't really date a lot in high school, and this is one of those examples of why. So if you want to hear a story on why boys suck, then go ahead and keep watching. The story takes place the very tail end of my freshman year. To get a better idea of the communication between crushes, I guess, back then there was no social media. Cell phones weren't a commonplace for every single person. I didn't have one then. I don't think this boy that I'm going to talk about had one then. The internet wasn't so commonplace the way that it is today. So needless to say, there was just a lot more face-to-face communication. It was about the last week of my freshman year of high school. I ended up developing feelings for this boy. For the sake of this video, let's just call him Joe. He was in one of my, I think it was the English class, I'm not sure really. He sat by another boy that my friend Sarah liked, and she was kind of using that as a way to talk to the boy that she liked. We were finding excuses to go over in that area, so we would start talking to him, and that's kind of where the crush developed a little bit. I don't know how it came. It was kind of like a very slow burn. As soon as I started liking him, I was just kind of like hating myself for it because I knew he had a girlfriend. So I already knew he was off limits, so I didn't want to let myself like him. For some reason, I ended up getting his number. I think it was for some project that I wanted to do or something. But then the whole summer goes by and I don't call him just because, well, first of all, I'm a chicken shit. Second of all, he's got a girlfriend. So I didn't even want to bother. So at the very end of summer, I was hanging out with my friend Sarah. I think I was at her house, and I don't know how it got brought up again, but she urges me to call him. So I call him, and we sit there and we chat on the phone for a long time. And he was telling me all the problems that he was having with his girlfriend and how he was unhappy with her and yada yada yada, all the 15-year-old bullshit that boys feed girls to get them to, I don't even fucking know. I don't know if I ended up talking to him again before school started, but I walk into my sophomore English class, and I was assigned right in one spot right when you first walk in, right next to him, to that in the desk next to mine was Joe. It's almost uncomfortable at first. The way that we would communicate with each other would be passing notes. It was the way we'd pass notes all the time. We'd have full conversations. I'm sitting here discussing my feelings for him while reading To Kill a Mockingbird. Basically, homeboy was sending me tons of mixed signals. He was still with his girlfriend, but he was really unhappy. She wouldn't let him break up with her or something along those lines. I was pretty naive back then, so I fell for whatever bullshit he was feeding me. My birthday was just a few weeks into the school year, and he left a rose on my desk. He would write poems. He was just a very deep thinker, so he was always just writing down all that kind of stuff. And the sentimental me saved every little scrap piece of paper that he doodled on. It was pathetic, really. One day I'd ended up staying home from school. My older sister stayed home too, so we were just kind of hanging out at my house. Ended up talking to him. He ended up coming over. There was actually a storm that day. I remember we lost power, or we were, the power was flickering or something. So it was just kind of one of those cool little moments where ooh, we're trapped in our house during a storm. He had told me that him and his girlfriend were completely done. He was not with her anymore. He finally got rid of her. We almost kissed. All of that happened, and I was just literally on cloud 9. And then within the next week at school, he was acting really weird, really distant, didn't write me notes, didn't say hardly anything to me, and I sat right next to him in English. So it made every class really uncomfortable. Erica and I had plans to go to his little Halloween party that he was throwing because Erica liked one of his friends, and so she was you know, insisting that we go because we had been invited, you know, a month before that. I was like, no, I don't want to go. I haven't talked to him for like 2 weeks. But then the day of Halloween, he just wrote me this little note and was like, oh, are you guys still gonna go? I really want you guys to go. So I was like, ooh, yay, goody, okay. So we went, and you know, the boy that Erica liked wasn't even there. So it was kind of pointless for us to go because we get there. You know, there's a couple of our friends there. There's probably like, you know, maybe 10 or 15 people there total. And who is cuddled up on the couch with another girl? Joe. And not just any girl. Had a lot of mutual friends, so I knew who she was. I never liked her. She was always just very snobby and rude to me. I always knew she didn't like me. I mean, didn't really care. So they were just all really lovey-dovey cuddled up on the couch together. And my heart just sank. So we just sat and like watched the movie or whatever. Me and Erica were sitting on one end of the room, and him and the girl, like I'm not even gonna give her a fake name. That's how little she meant to me. They were over on the other side of the room. What does Joe do? He starts taking Skittles and just chucking them at us, you know. And then Erica kind of went along with it and was laughing, and so she started throwing them back. They were the ones throwing them back and forth to each other. I was just stewing in all of my teenage emotion. So I ended up kind of just getting over him. Like, that kind of did it really fast. I was like, oh, like, why did I waste my time? So about a week goes by, and like I said, this girl and I had a lot of mutual friends. So what I hear through the grapevine is that she's all pissed off at me because me and Erica were sitting there pelting her with Skittles all night at this Halloween party. And I'm just sitting there like, that pretty much summed up my first heartbreak. Like I said, I obviously got over it, but sometimes karma just kind of takes the trash out for you, because not even a year later, I was hanging out with some of my other friends. Like I said, it was apparently like these friends were mutual friends of hers too, because one of them said that she hung out with her and she was pregnant. He knocked her up. I dodged that bullet. They had a baby in high school. I actually just recently, you know, found both of them on Facebook. Apparently they're married. I think they have some more kids. Like, neither one of them look particularly happy. Sometimes things just have a funny way of working out. So that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.